the Kickstarter discussion. We are looking at reconciliation, or could it be the calm before a major storm? Within the National Unity Platform, the opposition party that has leading numbers in Parliament, it is understood that an ultimatum has been thrown down for those members of the National Unity Platform who might be on the way out or appear to be on the way out, but are rethinking returning. This is on account of developments, including the election in Kayempe North by-elections that saw some candidates run as independents on account of being discontented with failure to get that particular ticket. We're joined on set by the Deputy Spokesperson, Alex Waiswa Mufumbiro. Many thanks for joining us this morning.
I'm humbled to be here again, Chris, with you for our morning discussion.
Oh, great. Let me ask first things first. What is the bone of contention now within the National Unity Platform with regard to the need for reconciliation at this time on account of the party card?
Not party card per se, but the party, a political institution cannot be anchored on personal vendetta. It must be anchored on values, it must be anchored on hope, and that is what we try to give to the country, for us who have been given the opportunity on behalf of others to exercise service. We do not have personal vendetta with colleagues. We understand that life is about second chances. Our president has said he's a product of second chances. We are all products of second chances, and therefore we do not believe in punishing our own. We believe that people have had time to meditate about their doings, about their workings, because, you know, for a long time we have said that we are judged by our actions, not only by our words. I think in rhythm with Otto von Bismarck. We have had rogue members of parliament, that is a fact. We have had rogue councillors, that is a fact. We have had rogue members, that is a fact. And we believe that as we charge towards the national election protest vote of 2026, we should have an opening of reconciliation and have all those who believe that we can still chaffer in the same vehicle, chaffer with us, but after they have cleaned themselves off or undone what we believe was against the values. You know that we have members who are involved in corruption, that they were indicted by the party. They remained adamant to the rules of engagement, and that is the purpose as to why we parted ways in such circumstances. If these persons, after all this time, meditate about what we were saying, understand the core values of what the National Unity Platform stands for, get to the immense understanding of who we are and the challenges of what this country has gone through, and the understanding of institutional development that is very, very needed in this country, then there's no reason as to why we cannot move together. Because what we do not want to do as a party is to go into an election with people who are dirty. We would rather have them clean themselves and then come and join us. We move together. That is the spirit under which the reconciliation is being talked about.
Allow me dwell on the contestation, the seeming contestation of power within the National Unity Platform that appeared following the unfortunate developments around the former leader of opposition, Matthias Impuga. It appeared, and this is from an observer's point of view,
yes,
that there is no accommodation for another point of view or another style of leadership within the National Unity Platform, especially if it appears to question or challenge the current principle.
It is from the oblivio when we begin to think that it was power contestation. This was somebody who went against the core values of the party, not the core values of the person of the president. No, the party. And in fact, the interventions of the party were not as harsh as they would have been because of the magnanimity of the president. This is what we have not told the country. He was so hesitant on so many lines about this issue because he believed, and I believe he believes, in reconciliation, and he believes in honesty and cohesion. There is nothing like competition of power in our party. We are a well-structured institution. We are now fully subscribed to the leadership because from the helm to the bottom, we have structured it up. We have moved on from that debacle, and it was clear one person had betrayed our trust. You know, the betrayal of people asking you to keep something for them, and you connive with those they are asking you to keep it away from, and you are part and parcel of those who run away with what you're supposed to keep. That is the betrayal, that is the intellectual dishonesty that the party, not the individual, could not accommodate. And that is why we are now saying that if you understand that today, because people must be given time to meditate about issues. Please, we are available. Let's move together, because the issue that led to us parting was clearly one of values, not of personal vendetta.
Honorable Mathias Mpuuga has gone on to establish a political vehicle, one that has not fully evolved into a political party, if his own words and the words of those that do promote the alliance are anything to go by. It appears that Honorable Mpuuga has chosen to depart. And somehow he's either perceived or anticipated or hoped prodigal son encounter seems like something that bothers the National Unity Platform. If he has moved on, why does it keep coming out?
You see, it is you who makes it our business when you ask us about a criminal.
No, I didn't say he's a criminal.
I'm defining the person. I don't know what I'm telling you. It is you who makes it our business when you ask us about a criminal. This opening is not for individual. It is not for one individual. I have told you we have councillors. We have members of parliament. These members of parliament, it is not one person. So why do we treat anybody in isolation? You see, the workings of a political party and institutions is that they do not answer individuals. In whatever they do, it must be wholesome. If you're going to bring values, they must not isolate others and catch others. If you're going to have punitive measures, they must be for all, such that whoever gets into that ditch knows the price to pay for going against that. Now, when one of those existent processes go against the top echelon, we understand that it will raise some dust. But that is the power of constitutionalism and institutionalism, that it touches everybody. And we are happy as the National Unity Platform to manifest as such that when corruption knocks on the doors of our governance, when we are in power, we will act swiftly, no matter the person. Waiswa or any other person will fall suit for as long as they go against our abhorrent values.
I love it when you use the word acting swiftly. The National Unity Platform over the last 2 weeks has not been seen to act swiftly in order to name and probably shame the members of parliament within the opposition, especially within the National Unity Platform, who might have received the 100 million Uganda shillings from the president on account, apparently, a handshake for the coffee bill, but also in anticipation of legislation regarding the general court martial. We don't see the aggressive nature that you applied on Mpuuga to these MPs who might have received this money. Why is it so?
Kudos to, first of all, the leader of our parliamentary front, my inline boss, Joel Senyonyi, Honorable Joel Senyonyi. He broke this news to the country when he was away on party work in London, and he told the country that actually there was a financial bonanza of 50 plus billion shillings, not 100 million. The speaker was chaffered to 50 plus billion shillings in cash. And this was supposed to be it was from a vote of classified, and it was supposed to be given.
Wait a minute, before you continue, you said the speaker was given 50 billion shillings in cash.
Yes, cash.
Okay.
Now that should tell you the type of country we are in. That even when they are going to loot, they will abuse the financial laws of this country. And these are the third arm of government. That even when they are going to loot, they will not respect institutionalism on financial management to handle such amounts of money. They will go and get it cash to evade accountability like they had done. So it is foolhardy for one to run away from the fact that the National Unity Platform is the one that gave you this news as a nation. Joel Senyonyi, the leader of our parliamentary front, doing his job at that.
And that is appreciated. But we need more information.
Yes, and this is the information we're giving. It is the National Unity Platform, through our Deputy President of Buganda, Honorable Mwanga Chivumbi, who brought this matter to the floor of Parliament. And these were the responses. The first response from the sitting Speaker, Thomas Taebwa, he said that they were not aware of such amounts of money, he had not received, and none had received such amount of money. The Chief Whip, Obua, claimed that no money had been given whatsoever. And we remained as the opposition, especially members of the National Unity Platform and other members, on the footing that actually money had been given. They came out to tell Joel Senyonyi that he was going to be prosecuted for coming and blackmailing the institution of Parliament and members of Parliament at that, members of the National Resistance Army. When it came to light, the missive of General Museveni attacking the constitutional mandate of Honorable Mwanga Chivumbi, because for him he brought an end point of the workings of the vote, against which money had been drawn. That is the consolidated, that is the classified expenditure within State House. And it still remained in balance that he had not confirmed. In Jinja, the spokesperson of the presidency, my brother Chirunda Farouk, came out clearly and said that these members of Parliament, of the NRM and independent members, were actually given this money. Lydia Wanyoto, the leader of Women Wing Something, the
NRM Women's League,
in the NRM, clearly in Mbale stated that money had been given, and it had been given for these members of Parliament to go back to their constituencies and help Sijui, this program where goats are becoming turkeys and turkeys are becoming hens, parish development model, to help explain, as if something that is being progressive needs explanation. And but of course the purpose of this money was the thanking them for passing the coffee bill, but also to facilitate them in passing, to facilitate them and blackmail them in passing the UPDF, the amendments in the UPDF Act that are going to give the court martial the liberty to abuse the law and prosecute citizens.
Yes.
Now, the question was about National Unity Platform.
Members.
We took the first step. We asked that all our members of Parliament should unequivocally come out and distance themselves verbatim against this criminal act. We also asked them, the Parliamentary Front through the Honorable Mwanga Chivumbi and the entire leadership agreed anonymously that they should append their signatures against this criminal act. Yes, they have done 72 at that. Of course, we have 57 attested to us legally with bound, but there are those that have not yet signed. And that opens up the issue of reconciliation that we are saying.
And the grace
that
period.
If you received the money and you have not appended the signature on this document, at least you have this time. Take back the money, come clean, come and we move to Fatenyayo.
Are you saying
now
that Joel Senyonyi and all the honchos of the National Unity Platform within Parliament do not have an idea of who within the NUP received that money and are simply hoping and appealing to whoever might have received the money to reject it?
We know that there are, I can tell you as a person who is who has eyes in the intelligence room of NUP, we know that there are those even who signed and actually had received the money.
So where is the problem?
Now, in evidence collection, you must be certain. And that the president yesterday was clear and said that we know whatever is happening. And we know we have seen the behavior. Please come clean. And now if we have opened a window of people coming clean, we are not mad people. We are telling these people, our leaders, that we know actually what happened. We know who got the money. I can tell you, we have had investigations about leaders getting money, and we have come to the apex of who got what and who is doing what. We know, and that's why it is important at this time as leaders, you have an opening of intellectual honesty and you fatanyayo together when people are in the same reign. However,
tell us about this grace
we will
period.
not hesitate. We will not hesitate at that opportune time to come out and finger point on who got this money. Of course, we have members of parliament that we know that I will talk about here very openly. We have one in Njeru.
Who is that?
Lukanga should tell me the name of that man now. It has gone out, but he's in Njeru.
He's in Njeru.
Lukanga knows that person.
Okay.
We have one in Nyendo Mukungwe. We have one in Chimanya Kabonera. We have one in
Nyendo Mukungwe, Matthias Impuga.
I am not sure, but at least I'm sure, I'm sure of the constituencies that are in
don't spin it.
In honest
you say Matthias Impuga, Abed Bwanika received 100 million Uganda shillings.
I am very glad that you can ably name.
When you say Nyendo Mukungwe,
yes.
And
I want to state that,
please.
I want to state that this grace period of people coming clean from criminality, of stealing public.
When does it elapse?
It's a month's time. The Deputy President, Mwanga Chivumbi, gave it a month, and the President exactly said it will elapse on the 22nd of next month. So they have a month to come clean, and this will be in the public domain. No. But I should tell you, without haste, we know everybody's actions that has abused the tranquility of this nation.
Let me bring this scenario on board. I am, and this is for debate purposes, I'm a NUP member of parliament. I received 100 million Uganda shillings. But along the way, I realized the pressure is mounting. And then somehow I look to basically taking the money back, but I've already used the money. What happens after that? I state that I regret receiving the money, but because I have already used part of the money to do constituency work, so to speak, what leverage is there within this reconciliation or grace period for me to say, I am going to take back the money, but I need time to collect it in order to make the 100 million Uganda shillings sum?
Modus operandi of payments, that is what you're talking about?
Yeah, because believe me, I'm a Ugandan. The moment money lands in your hands, it has things to do, including okugule nyanya. Now, after realizing that this is a big political disaster, a wrong move, my party says this and this and this. I have the opportunity to come clean, but I have used the money.
Yeah, it is very good when you come clean. We will give you those flowers of coming clean, but you know we believe in give. We believe in the biblical saying of give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar and God what belongs to God. So we believe that the habit, the grown habit of this dictatorship and now tendingly being acceptable is not appeasable in the National Unity Platform, and therefore we would also, after thanking you very much for coming clean, we would persuade you now with our persuasive abilities that please find that money and take it back because it belongs to taxpayers.
After the grace period has elapsed, the 22nd of May, and no one you expected to come clean has come clean, that will be cast in stone.
Yes.
That they are no longer members of the National Unity Platform.
Not necessarily the members, but they are not fit to be leaders of the National Unity Platform.
They can remain within the party.
Because that
hold the card, the
you see,
party card.
Leaving the party is something that must be decided upon by the organs of the party.
Okay.
And that goes to the top organ, that is the Delegates Conference, the National Delegates Council. Now, in that circumstance, but these other immediate remedies is that that person will not be fit because he will have abused the core values of the National Unity Platform. Then the other of that person being expelled from the party is by determination of the entire membership of the top organ, which I cannot speak about before it sits, definitely.
Great.
But I would assure those members of Parliament that if you touched the 100 million and our intelligence is satisfied with its findings, I can assure you that you will not have our party ticket. That I can assure you.
Wow. That is the spokesperson of the
and I always say
National Unity Platform, Alex Waiswa Mufumbiro.
But we are not jokers.
All right. Let me pivot slightly away from the grace period and the push for reconciliation that the National Unity Platform has embarked on, and go to the canvassing for support ahead of 2026. Observers, political commentators who look at the goings on as political parties jostle for the vote ahead of the next general election are a little bit concerned that instead of the opposition working towards entrenching its support bases across the country, opposition parties seem to be held down by internal fights that are anchored on power dynamics between individuals. You've already talked about the fact that this is not about Mpuga or the current principal, Robert Chagulanyi. Hasn't the National Unity Platform lost significant time of making inroads across the country by focusing on minors?
One of the philosophies of our able generational leader that I have learned from him, I think he picked it from Rwanda, where he believes in, I have not actually had an opportunity to openly interact it with him, but I think that I have had it from some people in Rwanda, and when I look at the way he works, the way his result orientation is based on that philosophy of minimal resources and huge results. Because he's a person who has come from the ghetto, and therefore he's accustomed to not having but desiring to have a lot. And it is in that respect of his leadership that I think he adopted the issue of growth major on majors and minor on minors, and that has been his philosophy always, that he does not want to look at things that can easily be swept away by other people, by time. There are so many things that come thrown at us, but we think that time is a great healer and we give it to time. But then there are issues that are very, very core to our existentiality as a liberation movement. If you are in a country deeply rooted in
you began calling yourselves a liberation movement, just like some individuals did in the 1980s. Are you preparing Uganda for another 40 years of the same kind of
No. Well, if it is 40 years of continuity, I would have no
when you
problem.
say we are a liberation movement.
Definitely. This country is on course of liberation.
Another group of people coming to act like, you know.
Chris, don't be pessimistic. We're a group of hope. So what I was saying is that we major on the majors. Yes, we have a pushback when you have characters that you have given your trust, when you have characters that you have sold out there to be part of the team, and then they have decided to pick the philosophy of Judas Iscariot. It is disturbing. Even to Jesus it was disturbing, despite the fact that he had knowledge. He had knowledgeable powers that these people would actually do this, but he was also challenged that his prophecy against his own disciples still came out right. So there is a pushback of that intellectual dishonesty when you have been working with people, they have been having very peculiar assignments, and then all along they have been living a lie. That gives you a pushback as a person. But then the conformity and the power that re-energizes us is the cause of what we stand for. And that has pushed us to always move times 10, whatever we are supposed to do. And the challenges that make us push faster that we would be discussing now is the state. In our mobilization drive, we were supposed to visit all the 100 and so districts. It has not been made easy. When we decided to do regional meetings, when we did the one in Mbale as directed by the police then imported a lie about Iganga to stop a rally in Bushenyi, to stop a town hall meeting in Bushenyi of Western Uganda, and to stop a town hall meeting of us in Gulu in northern region. Now, that is what pushes us back. The state brutality. You know, you cannot, if you're equating the challenges, there's no way I would feel it heavy on a criminal who went and ditched his hand in the pockets of the Wananchi than one who is stealing but also running after me with a gun, with imprisonment, with abduction, with anarchy and impunity. I would always look at this one as a minor and focus on the major, who is the dictator himself that is using this other colleague of ours. All right. So we did not lose time. We actually, it was time saved for the National Unity Platform. Because imagine if up to today we were still moving with Judas Iscariot, it would be deadly, very deadly.
Interesting words
having sanctified ourselves from the Judas Iscariot behavior, I think we saved a lot of time, and there's a lot of moving forward, especially with the new leadership of Muwanga Chiguvumbi.
I hope the spirit of reconciliation reigns supreme as the National Unity Platform seeks to bring on board anybody who might have been wayward. Your employ of Judas Iscariot's story is one that should put you in the position that Jesus was, to forgive.
And that is why we came with all our hands clean. All right. Please come and we move together.
Thank you very much, Alex Waiswa Mufumbiro, Deputy Spokesperson of the National Unity Platform, for that perspective and updates on what has been described as a grace period for reconciliation within the country's leading opposition party. That will do it for the Kickstarter. Many thanks. But Morning at NTV does continue. We'll be right back after the break.